It's been 9 years now since I went through my own full-blown spiritual awakening, and this single moment changed the trajectory of my entire life. So I actually wrote a book about spiritual awakening and the process that I went through and the advice I wish I had during this extremely difficult and magical and extraordinary process. Because the process of awakening is often glamorized and sought over, and it is a major blessing, but it's also extremely difficult. And it will rewire, reprogram, and transmute everything within your entire being and your life that isn't in alignment with your true self. For me, this process was very hard. It was also magical and amazing. But I wish I knew at that point that it would align me with my purpose and my gifts, and it would help me create a life of fulfillment and impact. And it's not all about struggle and confusion. And I just didn't know what was happening for so many years. I went through a full blown Kundalini awakening that sparked my gifts as a clairvoyant. And I had no idea what was happening because I was only 21, living alone in Greece as a study abroad student. And no one around me had any background in this knowledge. I was from a small town in Michigan, super conservative background, and I'm not from any type of spiritual information. So the only resource I had at that time was YouTube. I wrote this book for myself as a guide with all the information I wish I had. I wish I knew then that I would have many dark nights of the soul, and that's part of the process. You're not doing anything wrong, and the process can be fully trusted. And it takes time and it takes patience, but ultimately it leads to a majorly fulfilling life. I wish I knew then that my old self had to die, and this is a visceral physical process that cannot be rushed. It's painful, it's messy, it's beautiful, and it's alchemical. And the process of death and rebirth will go in cycles throughout the years of your life. I wish I knew then that the most important relationship and the only advice I should take is from my own intuition and my relationship with God and with source energy. No one else will walk the path that I will walk. And the advice will often lead you astray because this is not a logical path, and you hold a template for new earth and for your own unique purpose and service to humanity. And what you create in this world has never been done before. And so you have to walk your own path and trust God. I wish I knew then that I would feel behind by society's standards, but it's because God had a plan for my life, and that it's an extraordinary plan. And I had to go through many lessons, trials, and healing to be able to hold the capacity and prepare my vessel for the major weight of my purpose. Because that's the whole point of a spiritual awakening and a Kundalini awakening, to ultimately live out your purpose, be of service to humanity, heal your bloodline, and live your own heaven on earth in your own unique way. Have you gone through a spiritual awakening? And if so, what would you tell yourself at the beginning of your awakening? And if you would like to purchase my book or hear more about it, feel free to comment, light, and I'll send you more info, or head to my link in bio.